Hey, it's fucking Firewatch. Alright. Sitting at the bar, having some drinks, having a good time. Can't you hear the bar noises in the background? It's a very quiet bar in Boulder, Colorado in the year of 1975. Oh, what a good time. I'm just enjoying life, and then holy shit. Is that Julia? Son of a bit. Do you see her? Is that Julia? That's Julia, right? That's fucking. No, that's Julia, right? Julia! Hey! Julia, it's me! Julia, holy shit, Julia. She's like about my age, late 20s. Look at her laughing and well dressed. Oh man, her and her professor friends and grad students from the nearby CU Boulder. Man, look at her. And me, oh me Henry, I'm out drinking with my pals. Man, the similarities between me and Julia. She's out getting fucked up with her friends, me with mine. What a perfect pair. So I approach her and I say, hey, Julia, guess what? I'm drunk. Julia doesn't seem too surprised by this, is the fact that I just stepped my way on over to her, spilling not only my drink in the process, but about a dozen other customers' drinks in the process. And I say, hey, you know what, Julia? You're major pretty. And she says, hey, Mr. Cool Stuff, Mr. Cool Drunk Guy, you're pretty too. And I say, or at least I think, that I'm not pretty. I've got terrible self-esteem. I'm not pretty at all. And I say, what are you talking about, Julia? I'm not pretty. I've got terrible self-confidence. I've never thought I was pretty once before in my entire life. I say, what nonsense are you talking about, Julia? And she says, oh, jeez, yeah, this guy's pretty fucked up. We should probably get you a cheeseburger, Henry. You need to sober up here pretty quick. So she flags down a waiter. And 1 week later, the burger arrives, and I happen to become Julia's boyfriend in the process, too. And god damn it, that was a good burger, but a terrible relationship. That was a good night. What is this? Am I still drunk? Or is this a different night? I don't know. But I'm gonna pick up my backpack. So I got my backpack. I seem to have sobered up a little bit. The elevator door opens. I step out into the fresh parking garage. That's my truck. I must be a little soberer now in order for me to drive. Hopefully, anyway. Otherwise, this is gonna be a bit of a bumpy ride. Oh man, we're doing jumps in time. With Julia and I date. Oh man, it was like for over a year. It was such a good year. I mean, she drove me fucking crazy in that first year though. I mean, she's always nagging me about where the forks go and how you don't fold towels like that and how I'm not as good as her last boyfriend and that everything I do is wrong. It was just a great fucking year. It was so good. We moved in together. We shared an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains, and I just dreamed of getting up there into the mountains away from fucking Julia. And we drink beers out on the deck and we talk about leaving each other for a better life. It's just good times after good times after good times. And beer after beer after beer. Come to think about it, the beer is really what made the relationship great between Julia and I. It really made everything a lot more palatable. And life was good. Life was blurry and good. But then Julia springs a fucking dog on me one day. She walks into the kitchen while I'm meticulously trying to fold the towels the way that she wants so she doesn't yell at me again. And she says, "Henry, you know I'm..." No. She says, "Henry, I want a dog." And I can't say no. I can't say no because there's not enough beer in the world to get me through the argument that's gonna arise if I tell Julia that we can't get a dog, even though I have a terrifying fear of dogs, because when I was 3 years old, my parents, they left me at a dog fighting ring when they were there making their bets. They left because they lost big. They lost a big bet and they got into a huge argument, my parents. They started screaming and yelling at each other. A few slaps were thrown and they fucking booked it out in a huff. And they forgot all about little Hanky, who was there watching the dogs fight. And amidst all the chaos, my parents, they caused quite a scene. They caused quite a scene that everyone there at the dogfight, nobody noticed that the gate to the ring was left askew. The gate was left ajar, and one of the Rottweilers or the pit bulls, whatever the fighting dogs were, it might have been a Chihuahua. It was a very underground dogfight. Sometimes they fought Chihuahuas. But he got out and he came right for me. And I was screaming for Mom and Dad, but Mom and Dad were nowhere to be found. And ever since then, I've been terrified of dogs of all shapes and sizes. But I can't say that to Julia because she goes on and tells me about this scruffy, undersized beagle that she's in love with. And she wants to bring it with her to class as a show and tell. Aren't we in our late 20s, Julia? Why the I'm thinking, why the fuck would you bring a dog to class? What are you gonna call it, your comfort beagle? But I mean, there's also, she's telling me, an intimidating, gentle-eyed German Shepherd. Julia says that it would bring her great comfort knowing that nothing bad could happen to her while she's walking this badass dog. So I have a decision to make. Like, either one scares the bejesus out of me, but I think I decide to get Julia the German Shepherd because I think maybe there's a chance one day that this dog can just snap. It just goes wild, it goes feral, and it goes right for Julia's fucking throat and ends the misery that has become my life. But unfortunately, Mayhem turns out to be an excellent dog. God damn it, he loves wrestling with me in the park. And he goes with Julia on her runs, and he never attacks her throat. And even though he's too big to bring to school, Julia loves him all the same. We consider Mayhem a friend, child, and a pet all rolled into one. Isn't life fucking great? With the three of us all alive and our throats intact. When do we get to the fires?